Hello, moms. These next few minutes are just for you, so we are so glad that you're with us. If we haven't met, I am the host of Mom Talk, Anna, and joining me today we have Carly and Christine. We thought we'd kick back a little bit and have some fun talking about creative discipline. We believe that in loving our children well, and part of loving our children well is disciplining them well. Yes. Sort of what sparked the idea for this segment is that I had posted on Facebook a new creative discipline that I did with one of my children, who I'll try to keep anonymous.
Smart.
But this child decided that they were of the age now where they didn't have to obey mom. Oh, yeah. And awesome. And the regular discipline that I had in place wasn't effective anymore. Right. So thankfully my mom sent me this wonderful idea for disciplining.
You to grandma. Here you go, daughter.
I know. Thank you, grandma. Right. And so I printed out at the top of this paper. I handed this to my child, and it says, "Congratulations, you're grounded." Nice. And then underneath of it, it has a whole list of things that are worth points. So my child had to earn 500 points in order to be ungrounded, and during that grounding time, I took away all things fun. So the drone, all things electronic, the drone that was a Christmas present, time with friends. And so the life was made a little bit miserable until the 500 points were earned. And they're fantastic things like emptying the dishwasher, cleaning out cupboards, cleaning the laundry room. My house was so clean by the time this grounding was done. It's wonderful to find discipline techniques that are not also a punishment on the parents, because sometimes when I hand things out, I feel like this is just as much of a discipline on me as on the child.
And it's up to them. Like, he could finish that as quickly or as slow as he wants, or she.
Right. Yeah, so far, this has been effective, and we haven't had any more struggles in that obedience area. Yes. So, Carly, I know you were coming from a little bit of a different perspective. How do you do discipline in your house?
When I was thinking about that for this topic, my discipline, it's never the same. So, especially per kid, it changes. Through the years, it changes. Like, we do have to adapt and adjust. But I'd say the biggest thing in disciplining, especially as they get older, is don't take it personal. Like, don't take it as a personal attack on you as a mom or you as a person. And it's so hard because like, you give your life teaching and they do something that deserves them to be disciplined, which is none of our favorite thing. And it's like, so just to find that personality and kind of flow with that, or see what they're prone to and really nip that in the butt with discipline, because it could just get worse, you know? And for one, I have a son who, humor was a great way for me to just even not have to discipline him. Like, as soon as he started throwing a temper tantrum, I'd look at him and be like,
you make the same face.
you know, instantly. And then he's like, just starts laughing, and then we could talk about it. And then they had that strong-willed kid that you know, like he could test me bad.
Frazzles your nerves. You know, that's so interesting saying about the humor end of trying to discipline. That is a special gift in itself, because my husband does that well with my kids. He can make them laugh and get out of that funk. But if I do it, it just seems to exasperate them that much more. So I do want to go to Jacinda's video, because she has a creative discipline technique. Let's take a look.
So this morning my kids are off to school and I've got lots of chores, but look what they left me in the living room. Kid rubble everywhere. What am I gonna do? They need to clean it up. Well, I keep 3 brown bags with their initials on them in the living room. I clean up all of this so they can have it when they get home. And in the meantime, Mama gets her chores done.
Oh yeah, Mama gets her chores done.
It is annoying when their stuff is everywhere all over and you can't even walk.
I know, this is great. All right, now Christine, you come from a great perspective because you adopted a child who has trauma in her background. So share with us what you do for discipline.
So I think when the kids, I have 3 biological boys, and when they were little, I think I did traditional, you know, you'd either get a quick smack on the bum or we'd have a timeout, you know, something simple. And my boys knew that I meant business and we were done, and once they, you know, once that was done, we were done. But when you adopt a kid that has trauma, then You can't do that. Traditional things don't work. When you put a kid who has trauma, like in a timeout, it just reinforces, I'm a bad person, I'm all by myself.
Right.
And it just compounds that, you know, that rejection for
Right.
them. So Karen Purvis, Texas Christian University, wrote a book called The Connected Child, and she talks about trust-based interventional parenting. So instead of a timeout, you do a time in, and you sit them in your lap. And I'll tell you what, this is not for namby-pamby parents, because
Right.
it is hard, especially when you're angry and you're mad at them for doing something. But there's something about the act of putting them in your lap, and you can just see how tiny they are, how you can feel their fear or their anger or their sadness, and they're there with you. And there are times that it took me a time to calm myself down to be able to speak into her life. But you know, everybody calms down.
That's right.
When you're that close to somebody, it's really hard to continue your anger. So, and then you can give them a chance to do it again. Let's do a do-over. Let's try again. And so those are kind of techniques that I've learned to deal, and it works good with any kid, but especially good with a kid with trauma.
I could really see how that could bring out the love of God in you. Too, that
Absolutely.
you feel it face to face. Love that.
Absolutely.
Ladies, thank you so much for the perspectives that you bring. Every child is different, and we want to love and discipline our child well. So thank you so much for being with us. We hope to see you again soon, and stay with us because the Real Life team will be right back to pray with you.